President Nana Addo hates Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Or so they have been saying ever since this video of his made the waves online.
I speak to you this evening, rejecting completely the notion that Ghana was founded by one man. Whilst Kwame Nkrumah's contributions to our independence are undeniable and unassailable, it is important to acknowledge for our self-respect that the struggle for our nation's freedom was a collective effort.
So I took it upon myself to do the research about the history of himself, his uncle, and Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. My eyes have now been opened to so many possibilities. Grab some popcorn and sobolo because we are about to get into it. In 1921, Nana Seyoforiata I sponsored his brother, Joseph Kwame Boakye Dankwa, to travel to Great Britain to go to school. Now, if the first name sounds familiar to you, then you are thinking. He obtained the London Matriculation Certificate and went on to obtain BA and LLB degrees and was called to the bar in 1926. And he earned himself a doctorate in philosophy in 1927. Years after returning to the Gold Coast, with the help of one Mr. George Alfred Parr Grant, he founded the UGCC, the United Gold Coast Convention, and they started recruiting members. Lawyer Akweje recommended a young and bright fellow he knew as Kwame Nkrumah. Together with 4 other people, they formed a group that would later be known as the Big Sis, the men credited with the movement towards Ghana's independence. But you see, Nkrumah, he was a little different from the others. Nkrumah was gangster.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you.
He was radical and wanted change, like right now. Nkrumah had that dog in him. And because of that, he and our good friend JB Dankwa didn't really vibe. They got into it a lot, to a point where JB Dankwa once wrote a letter to the Brits expressing just how much he did not agree with Nkrumah on how getting independence was. Nkrumah left the party and formed his own party, CPP, Convention People's Party. Nkrumah went on to win independence for the Gold Coast, now Ghana, in 1957. JB and NK were still going at it after independence, with JB even running against Nkrumah and losing to him. Things got hot and heavy from there on. JB became a fierce opponent of NK. In 1961, JB was arrested under the Preventive Detention Act, which allowed NK to arrest people and detain them without trial. JB was arrested after being accused of planning against the ruling CPP and was released shortly after. JB was arrested again on January 8, 1964, after allegations that he was involved in plans to overthrow Nkrumah. This time, he didn't come back. JB passed away whilst in prison. Shortly after, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was actually overthrown. And if you haven't made the connection yet, JB Dankwa is the uncle of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now, this is all speculatory, but his family might have held a deep-seated contempt towards Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for generations. Because though JB Dankwa is well documented as a legend of Ghanaian politics, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah has been recognized for more things than JB ever will be. This could explain why the holiday Founders Day was changed from Kwame Nkrumah's birthday. This could explain why the 2 cedis note, the only Ghanaian currency which had Dr. Kwame Nkrumah on it, was discontinued and replaced with a faceless coin. This could also explain why Napo could make such a statement and almost get away with it.
But the Mr. Kessler was there. A free side Ghana from 1957. Ebeka, president be our Ghana China and Addo Dankwa. Messi a free 1957.
Indicating that this is the general sentiment in those circles. It might all be because of this ancient beef that has transcended generations and is being handled by the pettiest man in Ghana.